Alright, well, thank you for coming to the DOT winter driving training. Also covers winter safety. I am Superintendent of DOT Brock, and we will begin. In the training, we're going to go over quite a few things. We'll go over safe driving practices, plowing, as well as scene safety. Safe driving and scene safety. We'll go over precautions that people should take that cover all departments. Best way to provide safety between you and your department, as well as the safety of the residents of Liberty County. Start off with safe driving practices. Whenever you're driving in dangerous conditions, you should be very cautious. Do your best to prevent yourself from being in an accident or causing one. Dangerous driving conditions could be many different things. Incidences of reduced visibility, like heavy fog, smoke in the area, heavy snowfall, whiteout conditions, as well as extreme rainfall. Debris in the roadway, especially during the winter time, it could be hidden by an accumulation of snow, so you want to look out for some trash. There may be an increase of trees or limbs from those trees in the roadway. Definitely could be an issue there. Have slippery roadways. That could be anything from an oil spill in the roadway, accumulation of the snow, or some ice buildup. The snow can potentially build up on top of ice, so you may have a fairly small patch of snow, but there could be some ice underneath it, so definitely need to take cautions, prevent that from being a potential accident. Extreme weather conditions, such as heavy snowfall and or a blizzard, it's going to reduce your visibility distance from drastically. Right now, even with light snow in the area, our visibility's reduced, so we need to be careful. If it gets heavier, that's going to just further reduce our field of view. There's also extreme rainfall, which, especially during the winter months, could be detrimental. Rainfall means ice, and the more ice we have in the roads, the more likely we are to have an accident. One of the best ways to make sure that none of these conditions or roadway hazards, cause issues is slow down in areas where the roadway may not be plowed or may have heavy buildup of snow or ice. Slow down. Probably best in those areas to reduce your speed to, I'd say, roughly 10 miles slower than the posted speed limit. If you have other vehicles around you, increase your following distance. Typically we want to have at least 3 car lengths between us and the vehicles in front of us. Maybe during the winter months, you may want to increase that up to 5 vehicles. It's going to give you a little bit more room and time to make adjustments in your vehicle when you're driving in the event that something happens in front of you. As well as with the reduced speeds, it adds more seconds to your reaction time and giving more of a space to be able to stop, go around, whatever needs to happen for in front of you. It's recommended to have your headlights on. I would say have your headlights on 24/7. We have constant snowfall in the county or in the state. Having your headlights on increases not only your visibility, what's on the road in front of you, but it also allows other drivers to see you, whether it be oncoming or from behind you. It's highly recommended to stay in the farthest right lane as you can. This gives a little bit more time and spacing for if something were to happen to a vehicle in oncoming traffic, or even yourself. If it makes the vehicle veer to the left towards oncoming traffic, it allows more time for everybody to be able to correct, get out of the way, and not involve another vehicle in a potential accident. And just stay attentive. Pay attention to the roadways. Try to look ahead of yourself farther, as far as you can see, and see what potential hazards may be coming up. Being attentive, you may see a patch of ice. Black ice is a little bit harder to see, but your regular ice buildup should be a different color, should show some kind of difference between the roadway. Just some good safe practices to take on while you're driving. And then we'll go into plowing. This is more for DOT. But so whenever there are plows, the plows are going to be focusing on the main areas as well as the high traffic areas, such as the DMV and the dealership within the city. Going to take care of the fire stations, the hospital, police departments, and the sheriff's department and state police station. Those are going to be the main big focus, just as those are going to be our emergency responders. They need to have a safe way to pull out in traffic into the roadways to be able to get to potential scenes. Once all of those are taken care of, the plows are going to then focus on the side streets, make sure those are cleared, and then they're going to move into making sure that parking lots are clear of any snow or ice to allow shops to safely operate during the day. Whenever plowing, just remember outer and inner. I'd like for plows to plow the outermost lanes first. When they're doing so, put the blade to the right. Push the snow off into the ditches, into curbs, shoulders. Get it out of the roadway, but get those outer lanes done first. Then move into the inner lanes. That way, traffic has one free lane that puts everybody a farther distance away from everybody. Maintains a safer driving field for everybody. And whenever you're plowing the inner lanes, put the blade to the left. It pushes the snow off into the median, out of the roadway. It doesn't put it back into the lane that's already been cleared. And whenever you're going through an intersection, go through it slowly, make sure it's clear before you continue. Double check, make sure there's no emergency services responding to a call coming through. And if they are, let them get through and then continue on with your plowing. On the highways, we have signs on the highway to advise drivers of the conditions of the road. They should be set to hazardous conditions setting. I'll even allow and accept the road work setting, just to alert drivers that there's plows on the roadway, there's hazards on the roadway, they should slow down, be attentive. Whenever plowing the highway, get the travel lanes first. It's going to be lanes 1 and 2. Then focus on the entrance and exit ramps, and then do the shoulders. And just same with the city and county roads. With the highway, we're going to follow the inner and outers. We're going to hit the outer lanes first with the blade to the right, putting on the snow into the shoulder. Then we're going to move on to the inner lanes with the blades to the left, putting the snow into the median. Especially when you're on the highway, the traffic advisor should be set to either the outer settings or to the full flash light bar. It's advised to have blocker vehicles to prevent traffic from coming up right onto the plows. If there's no DOT blockers available, feel free to ask for an available LEO unit to do so. And in the event that we have multiple plows on the roadway, blockers are required for that, as we'll be blocking both lanes of travel. We're going to have a staggered setup where the first plow in the innermost lane will be the farthest forward with the plow to the right. A second one behind it with its plow to the right, and in the event you have a third plow, they will be in the shoulder, taking care of the snow that's being shoved from plows 1 and 2 completely off the roadway, clearing the shoulder and the complete highway. Blockers 1 and 2 should either have a arrow board and or a message board to keep traffic back a good 500 studs and allowing the plows to operate safely and efficiently. Now with that, scene safety, in the event that we have a scene, and this benefits all departments, there are quite a few things to follow with that. If DOT is available to assist with a scene and scene security, we need to have warning signs set up, some kind of warning indicator to drivers well in advance. I'd like it to be a good mile, maybe even 2 miles in advance, to let people know there's something going on up ahead. You're already going at a slower rate of speed. You may want to slow down more. Light up the scenes very well. Use headlights, strobes, work lights. Light up everything that has to do with that scene so that everybody on scene can see what's going on, and that drivers upcoming to the scene are aware and can see that there is traffic being redirected and where they need to go. Just make sure that the scene is blocked efficiently and safely, allowing everybody plenty of time to adjust their course and their speeds to do so, making a safe scene for all LEO, fire, EMS, and DOT that may be on scene. If you can, redirect traffic down side roads to avoid the potential of a vehicle losing control and becoming another part of the scene and expanding the scene more than what it already is. And as I said, when working the scene in the center or in the winter, extreme safety precautions should be taken. Redirect all traffic around the area in the safest way possible to give everybody an enormous safe working zone. If absolutely required, especially on the highway, I would recommend it. DOT should be using a blockade redirect to force traffic off of the highway and onto side streets to get around the area to allow all emergency personnel in DOT safe working area. Now, with the blockade redirect, make sure to leave an area or a lane of travel for emergency services to enter and or exit the area safely while still blocking traffic from entering that area. And just simple rules and policies to follow just to be safe for everybody. Keep your headlights on. DOT can keep the roadways clean and clear. Light up the areas that you're working. Reduce your speeds. Recommended 10 miles an hour slower than the posted speed limit. In doing so, It'll allow you to arrive safe. That is it for the winter safety training course. If there's any questions, I'll open the floor now and can answer any questions that you may have.